Why is it all about you? What about me? What about me? I also wanted to wear a pretty kimono and have a coming-of-age ceremony. My name is Hana Todoroki. I'm a college student turning 20 years old this year, which means I'll be an adult and have my coming-of-age ceremony. When it comes to participating in the ceremony, there was one thing that was bothering me about it. More than that, actually, there was something bothering me my whole life. And that was... Hey, why aren't you answering me? Anyway, you're not allowed to wear a proper kimono for your coming-of-age ceremony. Dad and Mom also said that they're not going to pay for it. Do you understand? What's the matter, Hana? As I let out a big sigh, this person who was comforting me was Grandma Atsue. Due to the same reasons, I was currently living at my grandparents' house. Grandma, actually, look at this. I showed my grandma the extremely upsetting conversation on my cell phone screen, and this time, my grandma let out a big sigh. My goodness, isn't you already 25 years old? And she has a child of her own, and yet her parents continue to spoil her, and that's why she turned out like this. She sharply said, "That's right. The person who was sending these extremely tedious and aggressive messages was my older sister. My older sister grew up being completely spoiled by my parents ever since she was little, and as a result, she has an unmatchable, terrible personality. Then, why didn't they spoil me too, the younger sister? I don't have the answer to that either. By the time I realized, I was treated like heir by my mother, and my father went along with it. As for my sister, she would have any of her wishes granted, and so she was always treating me horribly. I had reached my limit, mentally and emotionally, and when I went crying to my grandparents, this discrimination between the siblings was discovered, and they were furious. Perhaps my parents were scared of my grandmother, but only in front of the grandparents would they treat me normally, and that was irritating as well. If you stay with that lot, there's no doubt that you'll go down the wrong path. Starting today, you're going to live with us, okay, Hannah?" What? Really? Seriously? That's hilarious. Hey, you! I was so upset that I couldn't stop crying. However, Grandma Atsue was not one to stay quiet. You need to try to imagine just how much pain Hannah has gone through until now. Come on, let's go, Hannah. Behind me, I could hear my sister screaming, and my parents trying to calm her down. But Grandma Atsue was quick to my side. Hannah, you don't need to worry about them. She would always smile when she spoke to me, and from behind her, my grandpa came running. What's the matter, honey?
Nothing. I was just putting a little bit of energy in myself.
I will never forget that day, walking back to my grandparents' house with them, holding my hands. 10 years from that day, I've lived happily with my grandparents. They let me go to high school and to college, and this year I would be turning 20 years old, an adult in Japan. During that time, I barely received any contact from my parents or my sister, but my mother just happened to come across my grandma talking with her friends. Hannah is coming of age this year, isn't she? I can't wait to see her in a beautiful kimono. She must have spoken about that to my sister, and that's what resulted in those messages today. As for the reason why my sister was so against me wearing a kimono... What? You is getting married? What? But she's only 19, isn't she? Apparently, she's pregnant, so she's going to get married. Apparently, her partner is a senior colleague from work and he is willing to take responsibility. Knowing my sister, she probably made a big fuss. The baby that's going to be born did nothing wrong, so all we can do is to wish them the best. That's right, my sister got married at 19 and had her daughter Ururu at the age of 20. As for the husband, perhaps he couldn't stand my sister's personality anymore, but last year they got a divorce. Well, to be honest, I'm shocked that the marriage even lasted 4 years. That means that at the time of my sister's coming-of-age ceremony, she was pregnant, and she wasn't able to participate. According to what I heard from Grandma Atsue, apparently she was crying and whining so much that it was always her dream to wear a kimono for the coming-of-age ceremony, that our mom didn't know what to do and contacted my grandma. That's why this time, I think she can't stand to let me wear a kimono. when she didn't get to, even though I have no intention of wanting to understand how my sister's mind works. But my sister was never satisfied unless I was unhappy. That's why, even if I don't want to, I always end up thinking about the way my sister's mind functioned. I let out a heavy sigh, but Grandma Tsue warmly smiled at me. Come on now, today we are going to look at your day kimono, so hurry up and get ready. Oh yeah, about that. What's the matter? Why won't she reply? I can't believe she's ignoring me. How rude. Hannah is coming of age this year, isn't she? I can't wait to see her in a beautiful kimono. I heard this from your grandma, but they said that if she wants to wear a kimono, that they would pay for it. Why are Grandma and Grandpa always spoiling her and her only? It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I know. I also think so too. I swear, I'm not going to let her wear a kimono. Absolutely not. I was supposed to be the one to wear a beautiful kimono at my coming-of-age ceremony and be told by everyone that I'm the most beautiful. But because I got pregnant, it all went to nothing. I thought it would be fine if I can still have fun and live my life, but my husband ran away. Anyway, it's all the worse. I'm already irritated, and now she gets to wear a kimono? She's going to wear the kimono that I couldn't wear? There's absolutely no way. I'll never allow it. I know. Hey, Aruru, will you listen to your mommy for a minute? What? Yeah, sure. Listen. Come on, honey. The dressing room where Hannah is getting ready is this way. I think she'll be done getting ready pretty soon.
Well, I can't wait.
Oh, there they are. Grandpa, Grandma. You? What are you doing here? What? I just came here to see my cute little sister's beautiful kimono figure. You can cut it out with that fake voice. Hey, where is Ururu right now? Oh, that's right. I was also looking for her just now. Don't tell me she's gone into the dressing room by herself. Even though this place is very busy today with plenty of people other than Hannah getting ready for the ceremony. Oh! What was that? Hearing a loud shriek from the dressing room, we rushed into the dressing room. When we got there, the entire room was stunned into silence. To our shock, there was brown stains all over the beautiful kimono. What is this? This girl, she suddenly came in. She said that she was waiting for her mom, so I let her sit over there. But then she tripped and spilled juice all over the kimono. Ururu was gripping an empty bottle in her hands. Not only that, but this is coffee. It's what stains the most, and Ururu doesn't even drink coffee. However, Ururu remained silent and wouldn't answer any of us. But I already knew that there was only one person who would think of something this pathetic. And that's because I could hear her giggling from behind me anyway. This kimono, was this one? Now she won't be able to wear a kimono to her coming-of-age ceremony. You, how dare you? What's going on? What's with the commotion? Ha! Hannah, you little loser. Wait. What? What? Why? How? Oh dear, you look so beautiful, darling. Doesn't she, honey?
Yeah, you're the most beautiful in the world. I was shocked at first when you said that you wanted to wear a dress to the traditional coming-of-age ceremony, but it's pretty wonderful.
Right? Why are you wearing a dress right now? Where's your kimono? Huh? I never once said that I was going to wear a kimono. That's a lie. I made sure to find out that you would be getting dressed at 6 o'clock in this dressing room. Wow, that's scary. I mean, you were right that I would be in this dressing room at that time, but I'm in the Classic Lolita Lovers Association at college, and Classic Lolita? Yeah, it refers to Western-influenced princesses and college students who wear mature, classic, and elegant dresses called Lolita fashion. Ever since my friend in college told me about it, I've been completely hooked. And that's why I decided I wanted to go to the coming-of-age ceremony in this dress that I saved up money to buy. That's right. When I was invited by my grandma to go look at the kimonos that day. Come on now. Today we're going to look at your day kimono, so hurry up and get ready. Oh yeah, about that. What's the matter? I was actually thinking that I won't wear a kimono. What? But why not? If this is about you, you don't need to pay any mind to her. Oh, this has nothing to do with her. Remember how I told you that I'm in a club on college that researches Western dresses? Ah, you mean the ones like Marie Antoinette, right? Well, the girls in the club and I were thinking about going to the coming-of-age ceremony in those beautiful dresses. It would be the memory of a lifetime. And since I don't really have any opportunities to wear it otherwise, I want to participate with the members like that. Is that okay? Of course that's okay, my dear. You should go in whatever clothes that you want to wear the most, that's all. The only thing is, your grandpa was looking forward to seeing you in a kimono, so can you just take some photos in one for him? Yeah, of course. I was also thinking I want to take photos with you and grandpa too. So anyway, that's that. But I'm going to go meet up with the girls from the club and head to the ceremony venue. Wait, hold on. Well, then who on earth does this kimono belong to? It's for someone who is getting ready in another room. This is unbelievably expensive. What do we do? I can tell by looking at it. It is quite the fine kimono. It must be in the 10,000s. May I ask which family she belongs to? She's the daughter of the Kosaka family. I see. Well then, you can leave the rest to me. You, Ururu, you two better stay here. Honey, I'm sorry, but can you please go ahead to the venue with Hannah? But Grandma... Don't worry, I promise I'll come running after you. So I was able to meet up with the other club members. The group of us in dresses really stood out, to the point where we were even featured in the local newspaper. I don't know what happened over there after that, but my grandma said it would be fine, so there was nothing for me to worry about. And then, around the time the ceremony was ending, Grandpa and I rushed to look around for Grandma when... Hannah! Grandma! Was everything okay? I was so worried about you. Oh, please, it was nothing. Well, although you will probably be heading straight to hell from here. What Grandma told me next was beyond my wildest imagination. First, my grandma was born to a family that was very famous in our hometown. My grandpa chased after her for years, and in the end, he was taken in by her family. Because of that, my grandma and our last name Todoroki was quite famous. I never thought much about it though, and my friends my age just knew that the last name was famous. That was about it. But in my grandparents' generation of parents' generation, it still carried a lot of weight. And my grandma had quite a lot of influence in many places. Even this time, she quickly contacted a kimono shop that she knew and asked them to pick out their finest kimono for the girl that was the victim to borrow. She said the girl who was the victim and her parents were very happy with it. On the other hand, the kimono that Ururu destroyed was a super high-end item that was a $30,000 piece. Apparently, you threw a tantrum that it was something that a little child did, and there was nothing that she could do about it but... My mommy told me to. She told me to trip. Hey, you, what are you saying? Mommy said that if I hold this coffee and trip in here, that she would take me to the amusement park with her. That's why I... From there, Ururu started crying hysterically. We later found out that my sister wasn't looking after Ururu well at all. She dumped all of the child care onto her husband, but since their divorce was pretty much the same as him running away in the middle of the night, she probably didn't know how to look after Ururu. In that situation, if she heard her mom say that she would take her to the amusement park with her, I can understand why she would do anything for her mom that she loves. I felt so sorry for her that my heart hurt. In the end, my sister was forced to pay back the entire fee for the ruined kimono, as well as the rental fee for the kimono shop. My sister had to take out a loan in order to pay it all. When the ceremony was over and I got back home, I walked into my parents and my sister with their faces swollen red and their knees in the doorway. For my sister, who was living off of only her ex-husband's child support fees, there was no way she could pay that amount of money back. And of course, she went crying to her parents. My parents tried to beg my grandma to help her cute granddaughter, but... This is what you get for spoiling her all these years. When it comes to this, you're both just as guilty, and I won't be showing you any mercy anymore. She was livid and had snapped. First, Grandma sold the house, including the land that she was lending to my parents. With that money, she fronted the loan payment and paid it off for them first, and then demanded my parents and my sister to return the loan directly to her. Are you kidding me? Why should I have to pay my own grandma any money? This is seriously the worst. And you sold our house without telling us. What are we supposed to do now? My sister tried to get out of the conversation like this, but Grandpa stopped her. Hey, Grandpa, what are you doing? My grandpa was a former policeman, and even in his 70s was in great shape. Normally, he's very kind and mild-mannered, but perhaps he was pretty angry at this time because the aura around him was flaming red.
I've always looked at your actions and thought of them as unacceptable, but the reason why my daughter and my granddaughter have become this foolish was also because of our lack of supervision. That's why we simply took Hannah in, and just observed you lot as a family and kept an eye on you.
Grandpa.
But that ends today. Listen up, you're all going to work at my relative's place from now on, and until you finish paying back your debt, you're going to take a good hard look at your life and regret what you've done.
I don't want to. And you know I have a Ruru. I'm busy raising a child, so let me go, okay? I can't believe she would use her child as an excuse. I had held my tongue long enough, and I felt like I needed to say something to my sister or I wouldn't be able to sleep that night. So I stood up, but then, before I could, Grandma got up first and said, "How dare you say that when you had dumped all the responsibilities of raising your child onto your husband until now? I've already been in contact with your ex-husband, and he says that he will gladly take Ruru in. He ran away because he couldn't stand to talk to you, but it seems that he has been thinking about Ruru constantly. Ruru, wouldn't you be happier to live with your dad?" Yeah, I want to go back home to Daddy. You can go to your daddy's place from today, okay? Yeah, okay. Oh, speaking of the devil. I completely thought that my sister's ex-husband had arrived to pick up a Ruru. Apparently, everyone else thought the same, and my sister was about to try to switch into a strategy of crying to her ex-husband, but... Koki, I'm so glad you're here for me. Save me, please. And she began the most shameful crying act. However, the person who appeared in front of us was... Who the hell are you all? Standing in front of my sister's eyes were some very intimidating macho old men. These are the people who will be looking after you in the workplace starting today, and you're going to think about what you've done. Well then, boys, go ahead and take them away, please. No, I don't want to. Mom, Dad, help me do something. Hey! My parents must have known that there was nothing they could do to win against my grandma, but they just sat there stunned, as if their souls had left their body. And so the macho old men grabbed my parents and my sister and stuffed them into the van. I'll send the bare minimum change of clothes and whatever other minimum necessities later. She waved as she sent them off. Grandma, who were those people? Well, I guess you could say that they're from a place where hopeless people go. For how much trouble they've caused this family, they can work a little, can't they? So they look after people like that and make them work, and make sure that they pay back money to their families. This workplace that Grandma was talking about was in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by nothing but fields, and it was a 4-hour drive from the nearest train station. They don't even have buses that go there. There, they cultivated the fields, looked after the livestock, and were worked from morning until night. They were only given the bare minimum money necessary, and the rest would be paid back to wherever their debt came from, or back to their families that they wronged. For me, ever since my grandparents took me in 10 years ago, my feelings towards my parents and sister as my family were little to none. And I wasn't sad, nor did I feel sorry for them at all. Apparently, my parents are fighting every day now, blaming each other for what happened. And my sister is stuck in a place without one single enjoyment and spending her days just working. Thank you, macho old men. Once I get your address from Grandpa, I promise to send you a thank you gift. For the record, Ururu was taken in by her father after that. She shouldn't be forgiven for spilling coffee even though her mother told her to. But she was only 5 years old and still starving for her parents' affection. The more I think about it, that girl is also a victim of my sister. Now, I just pray that everyone who has suffered due to my sister can live the rest of their lives happily.
What? I got first place? $50,000? Seriously?
This isn't a joke! This is amazing! Congratulations!
My name is Takeru Kinjo, 25 years old. I'm a humble salaryman without a girlfriend. I would say my hobby is watching YouTube to kill time. I'm just an average, normal person that you might find anywhere. Whenever I'm watching TV or YouTube, I get sad thinking, oh, these are the type of people that have become the main characters. So then I stop watching and I drink alcohol and I go to sleep. That was my daily life.
And today's #1 fortune goes to... Congratulations! A Libra blood type O Chiba Prefecture born man in their 20s.
Whoa, fortunes these days are so detailed. How many hours does it take to just make one fortune? But also, that's me. I just so happened to catch this fortune that changed my tune, and apparently my luck today was gonna be super duper good. Normally I don't have any hobby-like hobbies, so maybe I should take this opportunity to go and try out my luck. So I went to the nearest train station and bought a lottery ticket, and I took a shot at the scratch-off. But then, wait, what? I got the first prize? $50,000? Seriously?
This isn't a joke! This is amazing! Congratulations!
I couldn't believe it! I somehow got the first prize of $50,000! I wanted to post on my Twitter if there were other males in this country that are a Libra, blood type 0, or born in Chiba Prefecture. This is your chance! But I didn't want my friends to come asking me for money, so I decided to quietly store it inside of my heart. I had an account already with Rookie Bank that was managing my deposit of the lottery, and a few days later when I went to go and check my account, there really was $50,000 deposited into it. And for a while, I just couldn't stop grinning. No, but let's be logical, it's $50,000. That's not an amount I can go crazy with, and if I eat one good meal, then the savings would be in trouble. I can send the rest to my parents. No, if they knew that I won some money, that would be a pain. I know, I'll just send them some really good barbecue set, okay? Just with this, I was muttering and thinking about how to use the $50,000. Well then, great work again today, everyone. I went online to research about other people who had won high amounts from the lottery, and the most important thing was to live my life as usual, and to not depend too much on that money. There were a lot of stories of people who tried to increase it by gambling or investing and failed, so it's best to just live as though your savings were increased by a little bit. Well, I can sure treat myself to some good meat at least, or maybe I'll have some sushi? Just as I was thinking about treating myself, suddenly a human jumped out in front of me. Whoa!
But please buy me at 30,000.
What?
Please.
It felt like this girl had fallen out of the sky. I was so shocked. Although in this case, it was more like she came from under the street. This woman looked like she was maybe in her late teens or early 20s. Her clothes were really battered, and her face was looking really pale too. For such a young woman to be homeless, I thought that there must have been a pretty serious situation behind it, so, sure.
What? You'll do it?
Yes, but in return, please don't complain about what I'm going to do.
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry, this is such a small apartment.
No, I'm not in any position to complain anyway.
Alright, well then first, why don't we get in the shower, huh?
Yes.
You can use the towels freely. I'm sorry that they'll be in my pajamas, but I'll leave a change of clothes for you there.
Yes.
Well then, during that time, I
wonder if I can do it well. I'll be fine, because I am definitely going to get $30,000 from this person. Thank you very much for the bath.
Oh, you look very refreshed. Well then, please sit down at the table. Let's have dinner.
Wow, this looks delicious. Are you sure that I can eat this?
Of course. That being said, I made it, so I can't guarantee the taste.
Thank you. It's so good.
After having one bite, the woman started shoveling the food into her mouth at an alarming speed. She must have been starving.
What?
I don't know what happened to you, but why don't you just eat and sleep well and we can talk about it tomorrow, okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
Once we were finished eating, it was as if her nervousness snapped, and she passed out in the bed. Once I confirmed that she was sleeping, I ran out to buy a futon and some woman's clothing. Man, I'm so glad I got that $50,000. I don't gotta worry about anything and I can buy it all. I also don't need to get ingredients for breakfast tomorrow, huh? At that time, I was more calm than I expected. I didn't know the woman's name or her age at all, but for some reason, I was just feeling that I had to spare her. Is that simply because I have some money to spare? If I hadn't won the lottery, would I have just ignored her? No, I probably would have regretted it for a long time, just like I regret giving up on that dream forever. That's why by helping her, I'm just trying to fill the void within me. How pathetic. Good morning. Were you able to sleep well?
What? Oh,
Well, calm down. Let's just have breakfast first.
I'm so happy. I can't remember the last time I had breakfast.
We had a light breakfast, and finally we were in a situation where we could talk. Nice to properly meet you. My name is Takeru Kinjo. I'm 25 years old, and I work in an office full-time.
My name is Misaki Satota. I'm 23 years old.
Misaki, nice to meet you. So, does this mean that I bought you for $30,000?
Oh, yes, I will do anything.
Well, first, let's go shopping.
What?
Oh, yesterday I tried to buy you a change of clothes, but I didn't know anything about women's underwear or anything, so...
Oh,
You've been wearing those same clothes for a long time, right? So let's go and buy you a few different outfits.
but...
Didn't you say that you were gonna do anything I say?
Yes!
The two of us went out and finished all kinds of shopping, had ramen for lunch, and then we went back home. After that, we made a dinner together and we turned on the TV as we watched and ate. We were spending time like we were a family or even romantic partners. But then suddenly I saw a tear fall down Misaki's cheek. Will you please tell me what happened?
My name is Misaki Satota. I'm 23 years old and unemployed. Both my parents were pretty awful toxic parents. My mother was never home having multiple affairs, and my father would drink alcohol and be violent. But there was one person that was my number one rock, and that was my little sister, Sakuya. I decided that I would always protect Sakuya and make her happy. However, I wasn't able to make that happen. One day, when I got home, Sakuya was nowhere to be found. Along with that, those parents as well. All that was left was one letter. It said, "You go live your life alone." More than the fact that I was left alone, I was most upset that they took Sakuya, and I immediately went out to try to ask around and find my little sister. Then I got some information that a girl that looked a lot like my little sister was working at a shady lounge, and so I flew over to that bar. Misaki? I finally found you! How did this happen? But then, with tears streaming down her face, Sakuya told me about what happened. In order to pay back their debt from gambling, our parents had sold her to this lounge, and she said that she doesn't know what our parents are doing now or where they were. I told the owner of the lounge that I would pay back the debt, so to please let my little sister go.
The debt that kid's parents made is $50,000. You can pay it back in full, and then I'll consider it for you.
$50,000? There was no way that I would be able to prepare such a large amount of money. First, I canceled the contract of my house so that I could save on rent. I did whatever I possibly could to work and to try to save money. Sakuya was also working really hard, and we were able to get debt down to $30,000, but...
If you can't pay the remaining $30,000 within 1 month, then this deal is off, especially since this kid has started to become pretty popular.
But no! That's enough, Misaki. Thank you for trying to help me even at your own cost, but I'll somehow manage the rest of myself. I swear I'm going to save you. Watch me. And so, I decided to try to find someone that would buy me for $30,000. However, I couldn't find anyone that would buy a girl that looked this run down, and I was getting ready to give up on everything. But at that moment, I overheard...
Well, I can at least treat myself to some good meats, or maybe I'll have a sushi.
Good meat or sushi? Maybe this person is really rich. That's what I thought. And when I jumped out, you were the one that was there. The deadline for the $30,000 is next week. That's why, no matter what, that's why I needed somebody to buy me, no matter what it took.
I never could have guessed.
Mr. Takeru, are you really going to buy me for $30,000? Or were you just kidding?
I guess I was half serious and half joking.
What?
If a girl this young was looking homeless, then I'd say that if she wanted someone to buy her for $30,000, no matter how you think of it, that's crazy.
That's, well...
Plus, you have 1 week left, right? In that case, if there's something I can do, can you just leave it to me?
Well, today was the promised day, but I guess your sister didn't show up.
My big sister did her best to save $20,000 with me. That's enough for me, and I will pay the remaining $30,000 myself.
As if I would actually let you go just by giving me back $50,000.
But
As long as you can make the money, you're gonna make money here for us. You're only 20 years old still, so at least for the next 8 years, you're gonna have to rake in a lot of money for us. Excuse me, can I request a specific girl? Sure. Which girl do you want? Well then, I think I'll take Sakuya. Yeah, Sakuya, you've been requested. Table number 5.
nice to meet you. I'm Sakuya.
Sakuya, your face looks a lot like your older sister's.
What? How do you know about my sister?
I've come to save you. Everything will be fine now.
Oh, is this it? That place that's violating all kinds of business and labor laws?
What? Why are the police here?
Yeah, don't move, please.
No, but why? Damn it! So the lounge that Sakuya was working at was exposed, and the lounge owner was arrested. A few of the other employees were also arrested, so the lounge closed and was ultimately shut down. After that, we spoke to a lawyer and we sorted out their parents' debt. As long as it wasn't under her name, Sakuya had absolutely no obligation to pay it. After that, we were able to find the parents with the help of the police, and along with responsibility for their debt, they gave a restraining order as well as multiple warnings. On top of that, the lounge was ordered to pay back all the wages that were unfairly exploded, and the sisters were gonna get back $20,000. So I was glad that everything was rounded out like this.
Masaki, here, this. What is all of this money? What do you mean? This is half of the $20,000, so it's $10,000. You were also working so hard for me. I can't accept this, because this is money that you worked hard to earn. But you're also struggling right now without anything, right? Oh, that's right. I was bought by Mr. Takaru for $30,000, so I'm fine for money. Listen, Masaki. Mr. Takaru went to the police and to the lawyers, and he did everything by himself to help us, you know? If anything, we need to be thanking him. Yes, it's exactly as you say. So, where's Mr. Takaru? About that, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. I was thinking about going to his house right now. Oh, are you a friend of Mr. Kinjo? Yes, is he home right now? Mr. Kinjo said that he won't be able to come home for a while, so his little brother is living there in his place right now. What? You're Misaki Satota, aren't you? He asked me to hand you his bank statements, his official seal, and this letter. Goodbye now. What?
Well then, thank you very much.
Yes, please leave it to us. However, Mr. Kinjo, how do you have so much knowledge about the law? You're very different from most of our clients.
Oh, actually I graduated with my bachelor's degree in law.
What? You graduated with a long degree? But why are you a regular salaryman?
Well, I guess I couldn't picture myself becoming a lawyer, so I guess you could say that I dropped out trying.
That's a waste, though. Even without being a lawyer, you were able to save these 2 women by yourself.
Well, I honestly did have some regrets about it. Actually, I've already passed the bar examination as well.
Excuse me? That means you're extremely brilliant. What were you thinking? Surely you know better than anybody how difficult it is to pass the bar examination.
It is very embarrassing. I also found it strange and couldn't figure out why I was never able to take that first step. And this incident made me realize that.
What do you mean?
I think I just never had any confidence, and I was scared to take the responsibility of someone else's life, to go to battle with the weight of someone else's life on your shoulders. But after this incident, I finally realized. I realized that none of this actually mattered. I was so genuinely glad when I was able to save Misaki and Sakuya, and I know that I want to be able to help save others who are struggling like that. I want to help people who are stuck in unfair circumstances and suffering.
Mr. Kinjo.
I may be getting a late start, but I plan on trying to find a firm that will take me, even as a lowly employee.
In that case, I received Mr. Takaru's belongings from his landlord. There was a letter along with his bank book and official seal. When I opened up the bank statements, I couldn't help but raise my voice. The 30,000? You're kidding, right? What? Wait, the letter! I'm going to read the letter.
Dear Misaki, I'm very sorry to surprise you like this. I'm actually a guy that failed to become a lawyer. To tell the truth, I always wanted to become a lawyer, but I was always running away from the responsibility of it. But this time, after I was able to save the two of you, it became clear to me that I do want to become a lawyer so that I can help other people who are struggling. In order to do that, I've been given an opportunity from the law firm that helped us this time. And even though I'll be starting at the very bottom, I've decided to go down that path of becoming a lawyer. And I will be moving into their company housing and will be dedicating all their time to learning from them. As for my apartment, my little brother is temporarily renting it from me, but I plan on ending my contract there soon. I'm sincerely grateful to you, Misaki, for giving me the push that I needed. I'm sure you must be wondering why I helped you. First, it was because of my regret of not becoming a lawyer, and I couldn't just leave someone who looked like they needed help. Second, I had won $50,000 from a lottery ticket I randomly bought, so I had some money to spare. Isn't that a pathetic reason? But because I had this pathetic money, I was able to help you and Sakuya, and also myself, who always wanted to become a lawyer. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, so please let me pay you this $30,000 as promised. I'll be praying from afar that both of your lives will be overflowing with happiness. From Takeru Kinjo.
Reading Mr. Takaru's letter, my eyes were filled with tears. No way! Mr. Takaru! Mr. Takaru! Mr. Takaru is definitely going to become an amazing lawyer, and we were saved by such an incredible lawyer, which means that we must be the luckiest people in the world. Yeah, we are. Mr. Kinjo, what's the schedule like today?
Today there are 2 meetings in the morning, and in the afternoon we gotta confirm the judicial precedent material. Oh, I'll handle it. Yes, hello, this is the Monica Law Firm.
Nice to see you.
What? Misaki?
Yes, Mr. Takaru.
3 years after that incident, I was working full-time at the law firm, and every day was a really busy day with learning and working. However, the job as a lawyer was mysterious and complicated, and no matter how hard I was working, I didn't feel like I'd be able to become a top lawyer. However, I would always be happy to receive words of gratitude from our clients, and I always felt much more of a purpose now than I did when I was just scraping by. And to this day, I still think to myself, Misaki and Sakaya, I wonder how they're doing. I'm sure they're financially stable and that they were able to get back on their feet somehow, but from what I could tell, it seemed like Misaki might not have graduated high school or gone to college, so I wonder if she was able to get a job. No, this isn't something for me to worry about. Alright, back to work. I'd repeat this in my mind every day. Even though I was the one that left, I wasn't really able to forget about Misaki. I only spent a few days with her, and really I feel so stupid.
Mr. Kinjo, what's the schedule like today?
Today there are 2 meetings in the morning, and in the afternoon we gotta confirm the judicial precedent material. Oh, I'll handle it. Yes, hello, this is the Monica Law Firm.
Nice to see you.
What? Misaki?
Yes, Mr. Takaru.
What?
After everything, I studied really hard and got my high school GED. And then I studied law at a short-term college, and I graduated with my associate's degree. And I came to this law firm for an interview as a paralegal.
What? Wait, what? Nobody told me about that.
Yay! Surprise!
Come on, please stop messing around.
I worked really hard so that I would be able to see you again, Mr. Takaru. But am I causing you trouble?
Trouble? No, of course not.
Oh, and this!
What is this?
Yes, this is the bank book that you gave me that day.
Are you telling me that you haven't used it?
No, I'm sorry. I borrowed it for my tuition.
Phew, thank goodness. And you didn't borrow it. I gave this to you, Misaki, so you are free to use it however you want.
Thanks to this money, I am able to stand here today like this. Sakuya was able to meet someone wonderful, and now she's married. Next year, she's going to have her first baby.
Really? That's so great. I'm so glad. I'm truly so glad. I never imagined I'd get to see Misaki in person like this, and I couldn't help but for to feel my eyes to get wet. If I'm not careful, I felt like I was gonna cry, and I felt like I might hug her. That Misaki, who was so battered down and skinny, was wearing a suit and makeup, and standing there in front of me with a confident smile on her face. Really, you did a great job. You worked so hard.
If I get the opportunity to work here, you and I will become colleagues, and I hope you will teach me a lot, Mr. Takaru.
Well, I won't be the one interviewing, so...
Oh, don't worry. We've already decided that we'll be hiring Miss Satota.
What? Please give her a proper interview.
I hope you will support that workaholic man over there. Every time I look at him, he's just working and working and working. Now that you mention it, have you lost some weight?
I suppose I haven't been able to eat as much, I guess.
Well then, first, let's start by eating lunch together properly, Mr. Takaru.
Thank you, I look forward to it. After that, not only with administrative work, but Misaki started to support me in my personal life as well. And then...
You bought me with $30,000, right?
You're still gonna bring that up?
If only we could legally just be together already.
Yes.
Here.
You're gonna listen to what I say though, right?
Yes, with pleasure, Mr. Takaru.
And so Misaki, who I bought for $30,000, agreed to become my life partner who is supporting me in both my professional and personal life.
Mari, I have something to talk to you about.
What's the matter?
My mom is insisting that she wants to attend my promotion celebration dinner.
Oh, jeez. Seriously? My name is Mari Satoshi. I'm turning 40 years old, but believe it or not, this year I got married for the first time in my life. Until now, I was a manager at a talent agency, and I was so busy with work that I never had time for a relationship. However, the idol group that I was looking after for years was going to disband, and I took the opportunity to resign from the agency as well. Currently, I set up a company that produces and runs a couple of YouTube channels. It's still a small company, but every day I'm working hard as a female CEO. And what fell into my lap at that time was...
Pardon me, my name is Yuta Satoishi, from Rookie Enterprises. Am I speaking with Miss Ituda, the CEO?
Yes, that's me. Thank you for coming here today.
Yes, thank you.
This was the man that was going to become my husband, Yuta Satoishi. That being said, at that time, I never could have imagined that I would have had that kind of relationship with Yuta. This business meeting was our very first time meeting. It turned out that Rookie Enterprises wanted to create a PR channel to advertise their own products. They were coming to me because they wanted me to produce the channel. They had prepared a very strong offer from the start, so the business meeting was held, and Yuta was the person placed in charge of handling work with me. But...
Good afternoon, this is Yuta Satoishi.
Yes, good afternoon. Is something the matter?
If you'd like, we could go out for dinner sometime.
What?
My boss told me about a really great restaurant, and I would love to go there with you.
I see.
Would it be okay if I made a reservation at MoniRobo restaurant at 5 p.m. this weekend?
Yes, sure.
Thank you very much. Well then, I'll send you all the details shortly.
What is going on here? Even if he was asking me on a date, he was way too bad at that. But also, how old is this kid? He definitely has to be younger than me. To a younger guy like him, I probably just look like an old lady nearing her 40s. So then, why? No, maybe this is just my own misunderstanding. Maybe the contract with me was his first proper contract signing, and he got too excited that his wheels are spinning. However, I soon found out that that was my misunderstanding.
Miss Ituda, are you married already?
No, I'm single. All I have ever done is work, truly.
Pardon me asking this, but may I ask how old you are?
I turned 38 this year.
I see. I'll be turning 28.
10 years younger is out. There's no way that's in. I could feel my heart being squeezed tighter and tighter. Just because I've been so busy that I've lost touch with men isn't an excuse to lay hands on a 28-year-old boy. I put on a serious face and decided to reject this situation. Would I be wrong to assume that perhaps you might like me, Mr. Satoishi?
I'm sorry, I wish I could have approached this better, but...
That's not a problem. It's just that you and I are 10 years apart. I don't really want to mention gender here, but perhaps if it was opposite, it may have worked. But for me, when the woman is older and the man is younger, I can't help but think that it wouldn't go well. As men get older, they tend to focus more and more on younger women. After working in the entertainment industry for many years, I know that all too well. The older female talents said that the younger guys were just good to mess around with, and I do believe they were right. Women will always be subjected to being told they look old, or that they're expired, and women get told this way more than men. And I don't have the confidence to walk around with a guy 10 years younger than me by my side. Plus, I have given up on having children. I'm at this age already. But you're still 28, right? You have plenty of time to meet wonderful people, and you can become a father, and I just can't rob you out of your future like this." Mr. Satoshi made a difficult face as he went quiet. I thought I may have said too much, but then suddenly, he raised his head and looked at me.
But that means you don't dislike me, right?
"What?"
What you're worried about is our age and kids and how it might look to the others, but that doesn't mean that you dislike me, right?
Well, I guess.
Well then, I'm gonna do my best so that you can fully believe that a 10-year age difference isn't gonna mean anything anymore.
That's your response?
Plus, 10 years isn't that big of a deal anyway. My parents have an 18-year age gap.
18?
Yeah, but my father passed away 3 years ago due to illness.
I see. I didn't know.
And that's when I thought that I would actually rather be the one to send off the person I love. So the fact that I'm 10 years younger means that there's a higher possibility for me to be the one to send you off, right?
I really don't think you should be saying that when you're trying to seduce a woman that you like.
Why not? What am I saying? That I'm prepared to spend the rest of my life with you until the very end?
What is wrong with this guy? But he was staring so directly at me that I realized there is no escaping this anymore, and... Alright, I will stop using our age gap as an excuse. But people have a lot of different preferences, so we can try dating, and if I think it's not going to work, then I'm going to dump you straight away.
Yes! Thank you so much. I promise I'll make you happy.
Were you even listening to what I just said? I started to spend time with Yuta after that, and everything felt fresh. Every Sunday, Yuta would drag me out of my mountains of work, and he would take me to all kinds of places in his car, from regular date spots like Hakone, Enoshima, Odaiba, even to places that younger people go, like the outlet malls and amusement parks. After working in the entertainment industry for so long, I thought I knew how society works. But a guy 10 years younger than me showed me how small and narrow my perspective really was.
Mari, come look at this. A little squat of tuna. It looks delicious.
People normally don't say it like that.
What? Sorry.
Yuta never made me feel our age difference. He was always naturally himself, and I found myself falling for him more and more. And then, a year and a half later, after we started trial dating, on my 40th birthday...
Mari, no matter how many years go by, you're the only one for me. I swear I'll never even peek at anyone other than you. So please, marry me.
Yes, I would love to. And so, at the age of 40, I was able to get married to Yuta. 3 years later, we were still in love and getting along great as a married couple. But there was just one little piece of trouble with being married to him. And that trouble began when I went to Yuta's family home to greet his mother for the first time.
Hey Mom, I'm home.
My Yuta, I've been waiting for you. Nice to meet you. My name is Mari Itoda. Yuta, I made sure to order your favorite sushi today. You're going to stay the night, right? Did she just ignore me?
Mom, I came here today in order to introduce you to Mari. This is Mari Itoda. Mari, this is my mother.
Oh, yeah, sure. What a bad vibe. I was shocked by greeting her. And more than anything, I was shocked by her appearance. Yuta's mom appeared to be very young. Of course, I'm sure she was doing all kinds of things to make herself look younger. But she was about 20 years younger than I had predicted. He did say that they were 18 years apart, but... Wait, if Yuta is 30 years old right now... Wait a minute. Even if she did give birth early, it would be at least 20 years old, right? So does that make her 50? Nice to meet you. I'm Yuta's mother, Umeko. I gave birth to Yuta at 16, so you know I'm 46 right now. Aren't you shocked at how young I am? I get that a lot. 46? I'm closer in age to his mom than I am to Yuta. What? But also, why didn't Yuta tell me his mom's age before? Wouldn't you normally care? Isn't that our number one point of concern? Perhaps Yuta quickly realized that I was going into a mini panic.
Mari, I'm sorry. I just don't think about the age much and I'd forgotten to tell you. And that's important to women, isn't it? I'm sorry.
What's the matter? I mean, how old is this person anyway?
Age doesn't matter much anyway, does it? Mari is the kind of person that I want to marry.
You can say that, but it's still important, isn't it?
Anyway, we shouldn't stand around and talk. Let's continue this inside.
No, you need to say it now, right here. I am 40 years old. Excuse me? I turned 40 this year, and this is my first marriage. As soon as I said that, Miss Umeko opened her eyes wide open, and... What? 40? Oh, please, I'm only 6 years apart from you. There's a huge boomerang stabbing you. Are you okay? Oh no, absolutely no way. You're 40, right? What are you gonna do about kids? There's no way I'm going to approve of that. Yuta needs to have a young and cute wife, and I need to see my grandchildren. I had a lot of difficulty with her personality, but perhaps what she was saying was correct, because I used to think the exact same thing. I thought that I might be able to get past it with Yuta, but if his mother was against it, then there was nothing we could do. I was so upset that my eyes started to tear up, but then Yuta grabbed my hand and held it tightly.
I'm not getting married to make you happy, Mom. I'm getting married because I want to go through life together with Mari.
Yuta. Hey, Yuta, you need to wait. Let's talk about this, okay? You're just being fooled by this woman.
If you're not gonna approve of this marriage, then that's fine. Because the woman I want to care for the most in this world isn't you, Mom. It's Mari.
How dare you say such a thing to your own parent?
Because if I just bow down to you here, that means I'm hurting Mari, and I would never do such a thing. If you're not gonna approve of this marriage, then I'm never gonna come back to this house, okay? Let's go, Mari.
Wait, Yuta. You stop right there! Yuta? Yuta, where do you think you're going? Yuta completely ignored his mother's calls and got into the car as he quickly drove away. A few minutes of an awkward silence later, Yuta finally opened his mouth.
Mari, I'm really sorry about my mother. I don't know why she would say something so terrible.
That just shows how important you are to her. There is some logic to what she was saying. Any parent would normally want their child to get married and have a family and be happy.
But I don't need normal. As long as I can be with you, Mari, that's all I need. Are you planning on taking my mother's words to heart and breaking up with me?
Yuta's face was extremely sad as he asked me. When I saw his face, I knew in my heart. Of course not. No matter what anybody says, I would choose this life with you, Yuta. I'm going to try my best so that you don't look elsewhere. I'm looking forward to the rest of my life with you.
Thank you, Mari. Alright, I gotta contact someone that will be our witness on the wedding papers. And let's go and submit them to the word office.
And so, we had our colleague and friend become our witness. And that day we submitted our marriage certificate and became a married couple. Ever since then, I haven't seen Miss Umeko, not once. But apparently, she is always contacting Yuta, and every time he goes back home to see her, he comes back looking exhausted. When I asked him what happened back home, he says,
You're the last person I can tell. If I tell you, your ears will rot.
And he stubbornly refuses to tell me. I can only imagine that he has to hear quite a lot of bashing of me. Even still, Yuta continues to protect me. I am truly so happy that I was able to marry somebody this loving and serious. Then one day, we were blessed with some happy news.
Mari, I'm gonna get promoted.
Really? Congrats! That's amazing!
Wow, now maybe I can finally be on your level.
What are you talking about? You're the one that's always supporting me. More importantly, we need to celebrate. I'll find a good restaurant.
Thank you, Mari. Having you celebrate with me is what makes me the happiest.
In between work, I tried to find a restaurant that Yuta would really like, and I was on cloud 9. However, I didn't expect that that cloud would be destroyed in just 1 week.
Mari, I have something I want to talk to you about.
What's the matter?
My mom is insisting that she wants to attend my promotion dinner.
Oh, jeez. Seriously?
I told my mom about the promotion, but then she said that she wants to celebrate with me. I told her I was gonna go and celebrate with you so that I would pass, but then she started saying that she would definitely take a seat at the celebration.
You thought that she might come back down if you told her I would be there, didn't you?
Yes?
Well, I would think the same thing, but I guess she wanted to celebrate you that badly.
Well, what should we do?
Well, it's fine. Let's eat together this time.
Are you sure?
It's fine. Leave it to me. I've been thinking I wanted to save you from the hell of having to defend me all the time.
Mari? Wow, okay, we're having barbecue.
If we're going to celebrate you, Yuta, I thought meat was the way to go, I said, as we were waiting outside of the restaurant. Yuta, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, jeez. I was seeing Miss Umeko for the first time in 3 years, and she had become even more over the top than before. 3 years since I met her means that she's currently 49 years old. According to Yuta, when Miss Umeko was younger, she was working in the entertainment industry as a 16-year-old young mom talent. When he mentioned it, she did look a little bit familiar. Because of that, of course, she cared very much about her appearance. And I think she looks even younger than a normal 49-year-old. But that miniskirt does seem way too short. There are ways to show off your beauty that are more age-appropriate. My entertainment industry mind was screaming on the inside, but I held it in. Well then, shall we go inside?
Yeah, let's. I can wait.
I'm going to grill all the meat for you, Yuta. That's because I know better than anybody how you like it cooked. I already knew that I was going to get ignored, but it was so obvious that it was starting to get more amusing. We walked in and sat down. We selected our course, and right as I called over the waiter to give our order, "Oh, excuse me. The loin, kalbi, and salted beef tongue. 2 plates each. Also 2 bowls of rice and 2 bowls of soup and 1 plate of kimchi." Miss Umeko finished the order swiftly, and she didn't give us any opportunity to add a word in. What she ordered was very clearly for 2 people. She must have no intention of letting me eat anything. And then, when the order arrived to the table, "For someone that's unemployed like you, kimchi should be more than enough," she said, as she shoved the single plate of kimchi in front of me. Well, let's just let her have her way right now. However, there is one word that I couldn't ignore. What do you mean by unemployed? What? Because you're not working, are you? And what exactly made you think that I'm not working? Because I was worried about Yuta, so I was checking Yuta's house morning and night, and the light is on endlessly. If you're at home all the time, that means you're not working, right? I seriously can't believe it. Hearing Miss Umeko's words, I felt a chill run down my spine. I locked eyes with Yuta in silence, but I could tell Yuta didn't know about this either, and his face was completely pale. About what you just said, I actually work from home, so I am not unemployed. Excuse me? Any work you can do from home is basically the same level as being unemployed. Yuta, it's not too late. I'm telling you, you need to get a divorce. Isn't it enough for you to have been able to be married to a great guy like Yuta for 3 years? You can live the rest of your life on that memory. Saying that, Miss Umeko continued to cook the meat for 2 people and placed it piece by piece on Yuta's plate. I quietly stood up. Is that so? Well then, I will be excusing myself now. Yeah, please do. Someone so useless shouldn't have been sitting down and celebrating with us anyway. Come on, let's go, Yuta.
All right.
What? But why? Yuta, you and I can celebrate together. No, I actually have a monthly salary of $30,000, so I have already reserved a much more high-end barbecue restaurant. We just came here because you insisted on joining us, so I had no choice. As I said that, I saw all the color drain from Miss Umeko's face. Her mouth started moving, but no words were coming out.
By the way, I wasn't lying when I said she's a CEO. Mari used to be a manager at a talent agency. She took that experience to set up a few YouTube channels, and she made every single one succeed. The reason why I met Mari in the first place was to ask her to produce our company's channel, and thanks to Mari making it a success, I was praised at work, and that's also why I was able to get this promotion.
How? This was your last opportunity. Whether you like me or not, if you were going to at least treat me normally, even if it was just on the surface, I was going to explain the situation to you before we change restaurants. But instead, you belittled me, called me unemployed, and once again suggested divorce. So there will be no more mercy anymore. Wait a minute. Let's talk about this, right? Please? That's unfair. Why were you hiding that you were earning so much? Isn't that right, Yuta?
Every time I would try to talk about Mari, you would just continuously bash her, and that would be the end of it. And not only that, but every single time it was the same template. But of course, because you only look at Mari for her age and don't listen, you don't have anything else you can bash her for, right? Mari told me that she could talk to you by herself today, so she asked me to stay quiet, and that's why I was just listening. But I can't hold it in any longer. I can't forgive you for stalking our house either, and I will never see you ever again.
Wait, come on, we can all talk this out together at the next high-end restaurant, right? Come on, yesterday's enemy is today's friend, as they say, right? I have no idea what you're saying. Now, if you'll excuse us. I left money on the table and quickly left the restaurant with Yuta. Of course, she came chasing after us, but we had already asked the restaurant employees to stop her if she tried to get in the way of us leaving, so we were smoothly able to move to the next restaurant. This place had proper security too, so even if Miss Umeko found us, it wouldn't be possible for her to get inside. Well then, finally, congratulations to you, Yuta, on your promotion.
Cheers!
After that, in order to fully get rid of Miss Umeko, we decided to move from the house that we were living in to a high-rise apartment building. We also changed our cell phone numbers, so I'm sure we won't see her again. I later heard from a friend of mine who runs a few YouTube channels that a crazy old lady made her debut, so I had to look at that channel, and I was shocked that Miss Umeko had started her own channel called Young Mama 49. However, everything she was doing was to criticize women in their early 40s, and the comments section was blazing with people telling her to go look in the mirror. Well, it was none of my business anymore anyway. There are some people in this world who become more beautiful as they get older, and plus, women will be women no matter what age we become. It's great to find ways to chase after beauty that is fitting for that age, and it's also great to just naturally age and let yourself be. But her ugliness comes from none other than her ugliness on the inside. Using Miss Umeko as an example of what not to do, I hope to maintain myself so that I can remain a wife that Yuta is proud of.